In a previous conversation with one of the world's leading experts in homeopathy, we had talked about the myths associated with this medical science called homeopathy. One of the myths could easily relate to homeopathic aggravation. Is there any truth?
You see, there's a law, similar cure similar, likes cure like. Laws are similar. This is a law of homeopathy. When you give homeopathic medicine, because all homeopathic medicines are proved on healthy human beings, and all the symptoms are written in the Materia Medica, and then we try to match those symptoms. For example, when you cut onions, you get watering in the eyes. You make medicine from onions called LM-CIPA, and we match the symptoms and give it to the patients for allergic rhinitis, for sneezing. It works beautifully. Now, when we give medicine and the body is sensitive, or the power of the medicine is slightly stronger, we have 6 potency, we have 30, we have 200, we have 1000. If the power is more or the body is sensitive, it reacts. It initially throws the symptoms out, and that is a very good sign. The primary action is the action of the medicine, and the secondary, the body vital force reacts against, and that is called cure. Cure takes place. Immediately we stop the medicine or we lower down the potency and the patient gets cured.
But why, people ask, do all homeopathic medicines look alike?
You see, there are different ways of giving medicines. All medicines are preserved in alcohol. They are poured in white pills, they are sugar pills. That is why you find all pills are white. But basic ingredients is like water. When you put it, it gets evaporated and the medicine effect is left on the pills. That is why they look alike. They are not alike, they are different. We have in homeopathy more than 2,000 homeopathic medicines made from vegetal kingdoms, animal kingdoms, poisons, minerals, salts. Like natramur is a table salt. It's made in homeopathy. So we have different medicines but dispensed in one medium called pills, globules, which are made out of sugar. But for diabetic patients, we don't give sugar pills. We give them liquid to be put in water. And a small child of few weeks old or month old, we cannot give pills to the child. We put it in water, the liquid, and the patient is feeling better after taking that.
Does homeopathy have a treatment for diabetes?
We have to understand diabetes is a hereditary problem. 95% people, there's a history of blood sugar in the family, either maternal or paternal side. You can control diabetes. You can control high blood pressure. You cannot eradicate diabetes from the root. People are taking insulin. It doesn't work in certain patients. Then they try homeopathy. It works better than insulin also. So it can be a good substitute when insulin is not working or allopathy is not working, and people who are very aware of health, they say there are no side effects in homeopathy, they opt for homeopathy treatment for diabetes. And it's equally effective in homeopathy also. Our medicines for diabetes are equally effective.
Another myth is that homeopathic medicines, being completely safe and with no side effects, can be self-prescribed. Why then should I consult a homeopathic doctor?
You see, before these colleges came into existence, these colleges came only in 50 years, but homeopathy is being practiced in India and worldwide through the lovers of homeopathy. And these people, they wanted homeopathy to be institutionalized, and therefore colleges have come up. Now we have all the subjects in BHMS. We have medicine, we have surgery, we have pathology, we have pharmacy, we have midwifery, gynae subject also. So we must have a complete knowledge of all the body system. And I feel today, after this colleges have come, the students we're getting are very good. In our colleges, through competitive examinations, the students are coming. So we see a beautiful future of homeopathy today.
Does homeopathy work across all environments?
It is true, homeopathy works in all environments, but I am from India. It's a tropical country, and we have more allergies in this country. We have skin, we have respiratory, we have stomach, we have arthritis. And the same allergies in Moscow, in Europe, they don't have so much of eczema, but they have psoriasis. Because psoriasis is more in winters and less in summers. Summers, it gets better. So homeopathy works in all regions, provided you select the right medicine.
What should we eat? Meats or vegetables?
See, one should take balanced diet. I personally, again, I'm emphasizing that you should not go into extremes, that you should take vegetarian food, you should take non-veg. I will give you one example of Mahatma Gandhi. You know, there's a very famous saying that Mahatma Gandhi used to take goat's milk. I have proof that Mahatma Gandhi took goat milk because one day his ulcer was not healing. He had a little injury on the leg. His ulcer was not healing. And he being vegetarian, he had stopped milk also. Because one day in Kolkata he saw that while taking out the milk, they used to apply little chilies to get better yield from the cows. He said, you're torturing the cows. And Mahatma Gandhi was a very strict person. He said, I'm not going to take cow's milk. He became vegetarian. Even milk he was not taking. One day what happened? This ulcer was not healing. And Mahatma Gandhi always took naturopathy and homeopathy. Dr. Dinshaw Mehta was his personal physician, who was his friend also. Out of his volumes on Mahatma Gandhi, there are more than 300 references of Dr. Dinshaw Mehta. He made his home in Naturopathy Institute in Pune, which is still there in India. Now, when he met Dr. Mehta said, you have to take milk because you have become total vegetarian. And animal protein is a must for the body. And he said, I have to give you milk. He said, but I have taken a vow. I will not take milk. Then his wife, Kasturbaji, said, Bapu, you took a vow not to take cow's milk. How about you can take goat's milk? Then Bapu thought for a few seconds and said, yes. Within 1 week, the ulcer healed. So animal protein is a must for the body. You cannot become only vegetarian, you cannot become non-vegetarian. A balanced diet is very important.
Can expectant mothers in advanced stages of pregnancy take homeopathic medicines?
As I said earlier, homeopathy is 100% safe. I will give you my example. You see, my mother took homeopathic medicine for 9 months when I was to be born. My father gave her homeopathic medicine because in our family there's a history of migraine. So my father selected one constitutional medicine and gave it to my mother regularly so that I should not develop migraine. And touch wood, till today I have never seen any symptom of migraine in myself. My mother took it for 9 months and she died at the age of 93, and I'm also healthy. This proves, and I've tried it on numbers of patients, it has no side effects in pregnancy.
This is a question from a 63-year young female. She writes, I have been suffering from acute pain in my knees for 3 years. The doctors suggest knee replacement therapy. I'm reluctant to do that. Dr. Bakshi, please help.
There are two types of pains. One is reversible and one is irreversible. When in osteoarthritis, when there's no gap left, this is the usual gap between the two knees. If the gap has reduced, it has touched, this is irreversible. Then you cannot do anything. You cannot replace with medicine this joint. For that you need another birth. But if it is irreversible, there's still a gap and you get pain in the knees through help of homeopathy, yoga and naturopathy, we are able to cure all patients. And when there is a family history of arthritis, the space has reduced, you must take homeopathy as preventive. Homeopathy with yoga and naturopathy, if you do exercises, you must remember you never get pains in the labor class. Those people do physical activity, they don't get arthritis. So physical activity with homeopathy as preventive and yoga. Yoga will improve the flexibility, mobility of the body. Yoga will remove your stiffness and you will have a perfect health. So homeopathy works as preventive also.
We were in conversation with Dr. Bakshi, one of the greatest living practitioners of the wonderful science of homeopathy. We shall continue our conversation, but should you have any questions, feel free to email us at cure@bakson.net. We repeat, cure@bakson.net. I'm Deepak Vora, and we were talking to Dr. Bakshi about homeopathy.